Yes, boys, welcome back to the channel, man. With the new 87 Max Icon Pack just around the corner in the game, I thought today, what better time than to do a full ranking on all the different cards that we can get. All the icons, Max 87 rated. Let's jump into this, man. As you boys can see, we've got A tier, B tier, C tier, alright? Goes without saying, and obviously, you know, B tier, nothing wrong with those. A tier is the upper echelon quality cards. And yeah, the C tier, well, yeah, it's just not it, is it? It's just not who you want. Alright, Seba Veron, boys. The very first card, alright? Now, this is an interesting one for me. I'm going to put him, believe it or not, in the B tier. You boys might be saying, Jack, what are you doing, man? You know, Footy, what are you doing? This is one of the ones, boys, I've used it for this Veron card in previous FIFAs. He's actually done an alright job for me. Alright, listen, he ain't upper echelon. He's certainly not going to be in the A tier. But compared to some of the cards that I think we're going to put in the C tier in this video, I think Veron's better than that. He's actually alright. Like, obviously he's not very expensive. Box-to-box plus. Playmaker plus. Obviously having the 4-star weak foot, that's nice on a central midfielder as well. And yeah, I mean, when I used this guy, right, he's just good all-rounded, boys, when I used him last year, man. And I've actually had a bit of history with this card because I'm not McJail, who loves this guy, but I did use Veron a few years ago. Well, I used him last FIFA, didn't mind him, and I used him a couple of FIFAs ago when he was an icon swap. So the card's not bad, boys. I'm going to give this guy in the B tier. Now, there will be stronger cards in the B tier than this guy, of course. But he ain't a bad one. And for that reason, he's in the B tier, boys. We moved Sol Campbell, alright? Yet again, now this card, he's got a little bit of pace about him. Now, pace on centre-backs, as always, it is important in FC25, but maybe not as quite important as maybe in previous years it has been. Like, you look at some cards now and you're rocking maybe, you know, the likes of, I've seen this Kohler hero card floating around people's teams, and he seems really good. Obviously, we know he's got the high defending and physical, but, you know, with a lack of pace that he's got, you'd think that would be a problem, but for a lot of people, it's not been. Sol Campbell, right? I will put him, yet again, into the B tier. You look at him and you think, why is he not more used? Why is he not more widely used amongst the community? And ultimately, boys, I think it probably comes down to that he turns like a truck, to be honest. 52 agility, yeah, it doesn't flatter him, does it? It does not flatter him, man. And yes, you look at this card and you think, 81 pace, 87 defending, 80 physical, that's like a top card, and he does hold a little bit of value so far in the game. Just over 400k coins there, man. And he's got Defender plus as well, which is nice. And certainly when you look at the value of him at the minute, I mean, you look at his player role, you know, I think, you know, he looks decent, man. And I'm not going to put, that's why I'm not going to put him in the C tier, you know. He is usable, this guy. I just think the 52 agility, it's not, yeah, it's far from perfect. And I think there's many other cards out there that you can get for cheaper than this price, way cheaper than this price. They're going to be better than Campbell in game. We moved to Hernandez, alright? Hernandez is also going into the B tier. Another card where in a month's time, maybe a couple of months' time, this will not be usable. But if you were to go and get him in your Max 87 pack tomorrow night, I don't think it's bad. Unless you're sitting there with the likes of Mbappe or something in your squad. But I've had this guy yet again, like Veron, boys. I've had this guy in all the FIFAs. A big fan of him, man. You know, if you're sitting there with Mbappe in your team now, or a top striker, then maybe this isn't, you know, yeah, he's not going to work for you, right? He's going to be a sub at best. But he's certainly, I'm sure a lot of your boys' squads, this card would be viable at this point of the early game cycle. So, yeah, Hernandez, not much else to say. Pacey striker, not bad in game. Yeah, for me, B tier. Our first C tier of the video, Gattuso. Yeah, yeah, not much needed said here, boys. You know, we've got a lot of icons to go through in today's video. We don't want wasting unnecessary time on players that, you know, we all know the rating that they should be. Gattuso, yes, at this early stage of the game, you might if you do pack him, if you're unlucky enough to pack him in your icon pack on Wednesday tomorrow, you know, you might try and use him and see what he's like, and maybe he'll do a job for you for a while. But I think ultimately in this tier list, I think Gattuso, yeah, he's a safe bet for C tier. Wright. Where's he gonna go? Well, we're gonna put him in the C tier. Yeah, there's something about this card. I don't know what it is. He's never been good for me in any FIFA. Let me know in the comments if you boys have had a different experience. I mean, if we bring up Ian Wright's card in FIFA, yet again, he's another striker where you look at him and you think, well, you know, he doesn't look bad. He's got the Poacher plus. He's got a decent pace and shooting rating there, 88 and 89. Stats on the you know, the important stats from the pace and shooting point of view are very, very solid. Dribbling, okay, it's a little bit on the low down, but it doesn't look awful. And the fact with the Poacher plus, I'm really enjoying that poacher role on certain players. But yeah, this guy, boys, he's going in the C tier because I just, yeah, previous FIFAs are the evidence for me. You know, without using this card this FIFA, previous FIFA set off me on this card, man. Maybe he's better this year. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you've tried him. But for me, going off previous evidence, Ian Wright into the C tier for me. John Barnes is the next one, right? Now, he's actually a card. I'm going to put him in the B tier again. Now, he's actually a card that surprised me because he's actually worth a lot more. When I was doing a little bit of research, boys, before doing this video, you know, just prepping the cards and stuff, John Barnes is actually worth a good bit of coins, man. Coming in at 412,000 coins at the minute. So, he has the half-winger plus and the winger plus. So, some nice you know, wide player roles there. And obviously, playstyle, he's got the technical plus playstyle as well. You know what? He's not a bad card. The 4-star is nice on him. There is always one stat with John Barnes that puts me off him, though. It's the balance, isn't it? Yeah. This 75 balance, man, for as many years as John Barnes has been an icon on FIFA, the 75 balance has always been the big issue with him, and it's what's put a lot of people off the card, I think. But, yeah, you know what, boys? If you pack him, he's, you know, he's probably in there. That's why I'll put him in the B tier. He's probably one of those ones, if you go and pack him tomorrow in your icon pack, you'll not probably be that disappointed with it, you know, because he's got a good value to him, and if you're not going to pack anything crazy like the, you know, the real A-star players that we're going to get into in a second, then yeah, I mean, I think this guy's a fair bet, man. You know, he's a good option. So, yeah, John Barnes for me. He would be in the B tier. Henrik Larsson, C tier for me. Yeah, just another one of those strikers, boys. You just don't really want to get in your icon packs. Just don't really want to play in your team. Yeah, he's just one of those, man. Not really got a good track record with previous FIFAs that he's a good card to use. So, for that reason, Henrik Larsson, C tier for me. Hernandez Crespo into the B tier. A bit of the opposite, actually, to what I've just said on Larsson. This guy has a good track record in older FIFAs of being quite a usable option. Stats on the card certainly look decent as well. So, yeah, not much more to say on this with Crespo. Just that, you know, we know from previous FIFAs he'll do a job for you without being anything exceptional. He's a decent card, decent all-round striker. So, for me, I'll put Crespo in the B tier. Nemanja Vidic, right now, yet again, B tier for him. I used Vidic many years ago on one of the old FIFAs, FIFA 20 or 21. He was part of the icon swaps. I'm sure some of you boys remember about that. I liked him. And when I got him, it was quite early game as well. So, he'll not be a card that you'll end up using post December, right? Post Team of the Year time. I think if we look at Vidic as well, boys, coming in at 454,000 coins. Obviously, starter plus on him in the player role as well. Good stats as a defender, man. 78 pace, 90 defending, 89 physical. You go down to his agility, 66. Far from ideal, but it's expected with centre backs. I mean, I used Bastoni, who's got like 64 agility, and he didn't put a foot wrong for me in many games over rivals and champs the last few weeks. So, yeah, 66 agility, you know, combined with other stats, it's fine, in my opinion. As I say, not perfect, there's many better out there, but, which is why Vidic certainly isn't going anywhere near the A tier. But for me, yeah, I mean, any fans you boys know, you know, I wouldn't mind if I got this card in my icon pack, because I think he's usable. Very good defending and physical stats, and the piece isn't half bad either. And now, boys, the very first A tier one, man. Gianfranco Zola. Alright, he's the first A tier of the video. It's going to take a lot to get into the A tier, because a lot of these icons are either mediocre or they're decent, but they're not quite upper tier. This card, boys, 831,000 coins at the time of recording this. He's got the Shadow Striker plus, which is a role, actually, I haven't really got much experience with using so far. I've been using, like, inside forward, poacher, advanced forward, all those roles, but haven't really been using the Shadow Striker. But yeah, if it was long enough to pack this card, it'd be certainly interesting to run him on that and see what way he plays. But great cards. I mean, he's obviously, look, we love all that green. We love all that green, of course we do. And then obviously with the 4-star on the weak foot and skill moves, he can play camera striker for you. I definitely would, if you go and pack this guy, boys, I definitely my preference would be to play him in cam. My advice to you boys would be play him in cam. He can do a job down the middle, but I think, you know, being that, like, smaller frame player, I think playing him behind the striker is probably better. Then again, it does depend who you have and what kind of striker and cams you already have in your squad, I guess. But you get the finesse shot, playstyle plus as well over there, which is nice. Very nice card. And yeah, he's one of those ones, boys, that, like, yeah, everyone in the FIFA community knows this is a top card. 131k. That's there for a reason, isn't it? So, yeah, Gianfranco Zola up into the A tier. First off this tier list. We're joining him with a fellow Italian in the A tier, Gianluca Zambrotta. Now, this guy, another card I've used on previous FIFAs. What I love with this card is the versatility. Absolutely love the versatility of this card. I will bring him up to show you boys here as well. Yeah, what I love about this card, boys, obviously you can play right back or left back for you. But yeah, coming in at 689,000 coins, boys. This card, 4-star, 5-star as well. That 5-star weak foot is amazing, by the way. The fact, as I said earlier, he's versatile, left back or right back, he can play for you. He's got the wing back plus and full back plus rolls. But this 5-star weak foot, man, is clutch. Because it means then, because he can play on the foot, he adapts to left back or right back. You know, it's all well and good when a card can play a different position, but are they going to be as strong is always the question you ask, right? Are they going to be as strong in the, you know, their secondary position, if you like, compared to their main position? Well, this guy will be. Because he's 5-star weak foot, so it's literally, you've got the same passing angles, he's comfortable on both feet. Yeah, really, really top card this, and this is one that's quite meta. This will be a card, boys, that if you go and pack him, you'll use probably until, well, definitely post Team of the Year. He's one that you'd need to keep, boys, to probably early March, April, man. You're getting towards Team of the Season when this card leaves your team, because he's that good, man. He's that good, unless obviously you're stacked with coins and you can go and buy cards that are even better than this. But trust me, boys, if you haven't used Zambrotta before, top fullback, either side. And yeah, coming in at a nice, near enough 700k there. He's the top card, man. And for that reason, Gianluca Zambrotta into the A tier, man. We got another C tier, boys, alright? We're just when we're getting good, with the two Italians up front at the A tier, man, with Zola and Zambrotta. We jumped to Frank Lampard. Putting him in the C tier, not much to say. Listen, when you look at his card, he's an all-round card. It's not looking awful. But we just know certain cards in FIFA, boys, just don't really... Yeah, they just don't flourish in FIFA. That's all you got to say about it, right? And Lampard's one of those ones. He's traditionally not that great in FIFA. This early stage of the game, though, listen, that's the nice thing about these icons, though. If you go and pack one of the shitters, so to speak, tomorrow night in your packs, boys, I mean, you still might find a way to use them for maybe a couple of weeks as a stopgap in your team until you can get someone better, which is good. But in the terms of this ranking today, yeah, Lampard is C tier. Ian Rush then is exactly the same. We'll be quick with this one. Yeah, yet again, like Lampard, pretty much repeat that. Yeah, we move on, man. We move on. Ian Rush is C tier. Xabi Alonso, I'm gonna put him in the B tier. A card, obviously one of our newer icons in the FIFA FC franchise over the last few years. Good card, this guy, man. I used him last year in the draft. Never had him in my main team, but I used him in the draft. Did an alright job for me. Xabi Alonso did. So, yeah, I can't fault this card, certainly at this early stage of the game. And midfielders, chat, there's a lot of them out there, man. You know, there's a Thuram, very good value Thuram, SBC out in the minute in midfield. You have many good choices for your midfielders, of course. But, Xabi Alonso ain't a bad card. So, yeah, B tier for him in this tier list. He's solid. He's solid. No more, no less, boys. He's a solid card. Makelele is also going to go in the B tier, but I'm going to put him upper echelon for the B tier, alright? So if I could put him in between, I would. Yet again, a card that you're not going to use, you know, probably in, like, March, April time. That you'll have a lot better out by then. But for this early stage of the year, Makelele will feel big for you. It's a bit like what I got, boys. Remember I packed out my Tweety. If any of you boys seen my Foot Chance video from last week, when I got the 10 to 5 rewards, I went and got my Tweety, right? Tweety, like, feels like a Kante for me. Like, feels like a really, like, cheat code early in the game. You get these other midfields that he's teaming up against. They just don't quite have the energy and the pace and the physicality that Tweety brings to my team, alongside Thuram. So, Makelele's a bit like that. He's like a Kante. If Kante were an icon, Makelele's that guy. You know, all around the pitch, tenacity, aggression, breaking up play. This guy does it, man. CDM right, centre mid, right mid as well for him. Good all-round card, as you can see, boys. Apart from the shooting, quite like N'Golo Kante in that sense as well, then. And he's got the block playstyle plus, holding plus, which is very nice, and the wide midfielder plus, which, let's be honest, you're not going to use him as a wide midfielder. So, yeah, the holding plus is really nice, man, on that. And, yeah, CDM centre mid or right mid. So, very nice card. Yet again, coming in at a nice value here, 648,000 coins for me. This guy is in the B tier, but very close to the A tier. He's on the hover, boys. He's on the hover. Davor Suker. I'm actually going to put him in the B tier again. Now, this is my point, right, with this tier list as well. You look at the likes of like a Makelele, right? There's no way I'm saying that, you know, Veron is as good as Makelele. You know what I mean? There's going to be, it's obviously in tiers, you know, as you boys know. So, there's going to be some stronger class B tier ones. The same way there's going to be some weaker class B tier ones, nearly C tier ones, you know? So I would, for example, I'd put like the likes of a Veron near enough C tier. He's hovering between C and B tier. Whereas obviously Makelele is more A to B. Suker would be more B to C. The reason I'm putting Suker in B though, boys, he's actually good in game. He is actually a nice card in game. He's got a brilliant left foot in game. Now, I believe, let me just check this actually while I'm live here recording the video. Suker, what is his weak foot? Because he's actually got the 4-star, which is nice. See, I actually didn't know he had that. Advanced forward plus is really nice. I actually thought he had a 3-star weak foot, so that's actually better than I thought. He's got the Travella playstyle plus as well. Yeah, this guy, I mean, I don't know how much that 4-star weak foot's going to feel like in game, to be honest, because I used this card, I think it was last FIFA the year before. he felt very left-footed back then, alright? So he did feel very left-footed despite having 4-star weak foot, so that is questionable, I guess. But the advanced 4++ is really nice, and yeah, he's a nice striker, boys. He'll do your job for you, man, especially this early stage of the game when, you know, you're building up your squad. This card's not bad. You know, he's maybe not the one that you set out to go and buy or you want to go and get in your pack, but he ain't bad in game. I've used this guy. I played against him a few times this FIFA already. He's decent. Moving on, Fernando Torres into the A tier. Yeah, this guy's top quality. This guy's top quality. Finishing, brilliant. I used him last year. Love this card. I used this guy, actually, boys, Torres, in my team up to around, like, probably end of November time. And then I started, like, upgrade even further. But this Torres, I think his price right now, if I just double check here, I think he's approaching a million coins, right? Let me just double check that, actually. So, Fernando Torres, yeah, he's actually over a million, 1.19. Wow, okay. So, the Poacher plus, which, as I already said earlier in the video, love that playstyle on him. 4-star on the weak foot and skill moves. He's got a playstyle plus with the finesse shot. Yeah, for me, I'm a big fan of this card. I remember there used to be the remember the old base icon cards, boys, and there was like an 85 of Torres. I remember using him and having a load of fun with him, man, in champs a few years back. So for me, Torres is one of my like favorite strikers every FIFA. Not a card that I use late in the FIFA cycle whenever the card level gets crazy and teams get crazy. But in the first, like, you know, 3, 4, 5 months of the game, this card's viable. And yeah, he'd be a big pack pull for any boys to snag him in your pack tomorrow night for sure. Frank Rijkaard is going into the C. Now, he'd be one of these ones I'd put between C and B. I think, yet again, he can do a job for you. Midfield or centre-back, he can play. Decent card. Good all-rounder. Bit of frame and a bit of physicality to him. I'm putting him in the C tier because he's not... Yeah, he's a little bit clunky in game. I will be real. I've used him before. He's a little bit clunky. But, you know, that's why I say between C and B tier. Because I think he's one of the stronger. If you look through the C tier, boys, he's one of the stronger ones here. Pires, again, he's in the C tier. Now, I've heard, let me just check Pires' value. I've heard a few viewers, man, recently. A few of you boys have been saying on stream that Robert Pires, because you've packed him, isn't actually that bad in game. Now, he's coming in at 285k here. Easy SBC's actually giving him an A meta rating. He's the Shadow Striker Plus and the Wide Playmaker Plus. I'm judging Pires off what I've used of him in the past, boys. However, this year might be different. This could be a B tier quality card this year, right? Because, as I say, 4-star, Finesse Shot Plus, Wide Playmaker Plus, and the Shadow Striker Plus is all nice. We all know Pires, right? He's traditionally not very good in FIFAs, but, as I've said on stream recently, some of you boys have been letting me know, Jack, this card's good. So, if you go and get him, give him a go. But for the purpose of today's video, boys, and without already trying this card myself, Pires is going into the C tier. But I'm already expecting in the comments section, there might be a little bit of controversy on that placing of Pires in the C tier. Because I feel like some of you boys might say, Jack, he should be higher up there. Which, as I say, potentially you boys are right this year on that. Because maybe he should be. I just haven't used him yet, so... There we go. Patrick Kluivert, another C tier. Don't need to say much on this one, boys. He's not great in game. His agility's quite low. Yeah, eat it what you want, man. Eat what you want. So Patrick Kluivert in the C tier. Emmanuel Petit will do next. We're going to throw him into the B tier. Now, he is B to A. Alright, for this early stage of the game, he would be B to A for me. B, more B than A. Because he's not top quality, but he is... Anytime I face Emmanuel Petit in FIFA, he plays like a prime Vieira. He does. He just blocks every passing angle, tackles, intercepts, just crazy player, man, in game. And I can just see his blonde ponytail everywhere across that pitch. So, very good against me. It's never really a card that I've had on my team or tried, but I think for this early stage of FIFA, boys, if you were to go and pack this card tomorrow night, wouldn't be a bad option for you. Yet again, depending on who you've got in your team, but yeah, wouldn't be a bad card. So, Petit's good all-round midfielder, good CDM, B tier for me. Keane, unfortunately, yet again, into the C tier. Just not really that usable in FIFA. Very mediocre stats for an icon, it has to be said. And yeah, for me, boys, C tier. Ashley Cole goes into the B tier for me. Used his card last year. He was a decent fullback. Now, when you compare him to other left backs in this game, you know, people right here using, like, you know, where it's Teo Hernandez or Zambrotta, if you got him in your hero pack, your origin hero, or, you know, like Road to the Knockout DeMarco, or there's loads out there. I don't think Cole would quite be as good as any of those. But I used him last year. I didn't mind the card. He's a solid left back, which is why I'm not going to put him in the C tier. For me, Ashley Cole slots into the B tier. And I deliberately left this man to the end, alright? Because he is a machine in this game. Essien. Straight up into that A tier. 1,000,000%. This guy's a beast, alright? I want to actually just check his value here to see what he's worth at the minute in this game at the time of recording, because he is quality, boys. I've used him last FIFA, the FIFA before that, the FIFA before that, and the FIFA before that. He is a beast. Ever since this card's been in game, I think he came in FIFA 21, didn't he, or 20. Pretty much the first year he came into the game, I've used him every year since. Not for the whole year, but at one point in time, I've used Essien. He's coming in at 721,000 at the minute. He's got the holding plus player role, which is nice. That is nice. Box-to-box plus as well, which I wouldn't really use him as a box-to-box, but he can do a job there for you because of his all-round stats. But because his shooting's low, dribbling's on the low side, for me, a box-to-box wouldn't be where he's best suited. For me, the holding plus is crucial there. That is key. Really nice all-round card, boys. Brilliant CDM. 4-star weak foot's really nice as well. And he's got the jockey playstyle plus as well. So, yeah, he's straight in the A tier, boys. Not much more needed said. Top quality card. And there you have it, boys. Max 87 Icon tier list completed just like that. I want to know your boys' thoughts, man. Get in the comments. Be sure to leave your comments on all ratings regarding this video, man. All the rankings. So A tier, B tier, C tier. I think there'll be controversy between the B and C tier. I think my A tiers are pretty spot on, man. Zambrotta, Torres, Essien, and Zola. I feel like that's fair, right? I mean, there might be a few other ones. I can see maybe some of you boys put Petit in there, maybe. Because I know against me, man, this guy's a machine. Potentially Makelele up there as well, maybe at this early stage of the game. And then might be some of the C tiers that might be moving to B, and then vice versa, B to C. But get in the comments, let me know your thoughts. I'll be reading them all, hearting them all as always. And yeah, boys, massive thanks for watching. Please do smash that like button if this video's been helpful or if you've enjoyed it. Of course, subscribe. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, boys, before the end of this month, man. Before Halloween hits. Your boy Footy's hoping to hit that 7K, man. And yeah, big thanks for watching, and I'll see all you boys in the next video, man. Peace out.